Good evening. It's Sunday the 7th of April, Raw 2019. Knocked off work tonight and driven down to Levin, heading into usual spot for me. Dave's coming along tonight. We're in here for 5 days, I think it is, 5 days?
Yeah.
5 days. Carrying way too much. The pack weight in at just on 28 kilos. Mind you, I've got about 5 cameras on me. I don't know why. And we're heading up. So we'll take the Waipahu track. We're not going to go all the way tonight. We're just going to climb up the top of this ridge and chuck the fly up. Hopefully it doesn't rain as forecast, and we'll just listen for a few animals. So yeah, Dave's looking forward to it, eh Dave?
Immensely.
Yeah. So we've just reached the up part. So we'll get underway. We'll catch you at camp. Morning. Monday morning. We got to camp last night about 9 o'clock. Just put the fly up in the rain. And yeah, surprisingly, even with all the rain on the fly, got a really good night's sleep. So we've just started walking up the hill. Dave's just given our first roar, just had a reply. Heard 4 different deer last night walking up the ridge, distant. One wasn't too bad, but yeah, I mean it was dark, we couldn't hunt them anyway. But yeah, they're going. So we'll see if we can get them piping up this morning and get into it. We're just on our way back to camp. Hopefully you would have seen by the footage, if the camera picked it up, we've just spent the last hour or so sitting above a moaning stag. He wasn't quite ready to play. He would reply every now and then, but he just wouldn't come down to the bottom of the slip where we could get a sight on him. But tomorrow's another day. We're going to head back to the camp. Hopefully dry some stuff out tonight. It was a bit of a walk today in the rain. I think it was about 4.5 hours up. So we've decided to crash at the hut tonight instead of carrying on over. It's allowed us just to have a little recce over there. There's stags roaring. Would have been at least 3 different stags over that side. So tomorrow morning when we pack round to the next camp, we'll be right in the mix of it. It's a bit chilly now. Cooled off, sun's just going down, so yeah, one last look at some slips in the headwaters and yeah, go and get some dinner. Just about back to the hut. Hopefully it stays clear for tomorrow morning. Had a bit of a sleeping this morning. It's just after 8. We waited till the cloud burnt off before we come up the top so I could get a bit of drone footage, which you will see. A couple of mains already from Dave, and then the stags as well.
Mine were louder.
Yeah. So we're actually heading off along to that knob over there. We're going to camp over there tonight, hunt our way along. Bit of a bugger, a tramp has just gone through in the same direction. So hopefully he doesn't disturb the area too much. So we know there's a couple of stags just over the side here roaring, so we'll chuck our nice light packs on, eh Dave?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, nice and light.
yeah, we'll get down to those first set of wallows and see if we can come into contact with anything. The old wallows don't look very active, and it's very quiet this morning. Who knows? Well, we've got a tramper walking along the ridge in front of us, so anything on the ridge is going to be pushed off it, but the roars we heard earlier have all gone quiet. So we'll just work our way along here slowly. Hope for the best. Well, it's very quiet. Very quiet. We've heard a couple of moans deep down in the valleys, but nothing along this ridge at all. So we're about 700 metres away along the ridge from where we're going to camp. So it'd be nice to get these packs off. They're wearing a bit on the shoulders. Hey Dave?
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
Yep.
So we'll be able to get there for lunch and Yeah, set up camp, have an afternoon hunt. All good. We've just set up camp for the night in the tops here, just around the rewa. Usual place I come. Bit of a walk in here. Some people take choppers. Jeremy's coming in tomorrow. They're going to be here for a week or so. Hopefully the weather holds out, because tomorrow's supposed to be the last good day for a while. So we've heard a few stags roaring, not many today. We're going to have a bite to eat, coffee, and then we'll go out for a hunt. Hopefully they spark up a bit as it cools down and getting towards evening. Know where a few usually hang out. So yeah, all going well. They've just collected some water. Should be fairly comfortable for the night. You could call this breakfast in bed, sort of. It's been raining for 9 hours, so we're just whipping up a bit of a feed of scrambled eggs and bacon before we decide what to do. She's a bit wet out here. How much bacon we got? You make sure you get heaps.
Yeah, 4 each.
Beats porridge anyway. Oh, packed up. Rain's eased off at the moment, so we've taken the opportunity to drop the fly in the tents, and we're going to make a run down to the headwaters. Don't know if it's going to be a wise thing, because hopefully the river drops off. Don't know how much rain we've got forecast. We can't get a forecast here at the moment, but we've got tons of food, so we can just wait it out anyway. Doesn't look like Jeremy and them will be getting in this morning.
She's pretty clagged.
She's clagged in, so they've got the campsite to themselves when they get up here. No roaring last night.
Oh, there's a couple just after dark.
Just after we went to bed, right over the side, but yeah, nothing during the night. Normally they move up, but we'll slowly make our way down the ridge where we heard some roaring stags yesterday. And yeah, hopefully we might bump one. So yeah, we might just send a message out just to the families to let them know if we're laid out, it's due to the river, but no worries on our part. Oh, we made it down to the headwaters. Set up camp. Had to shift some rocks first. Some muppet had put a fireplace right in the middle of where you put your tent up. So just had a coffee, getting things set up, and then we're going to go out for a walk again, see if we can catch up with that roaring stag we had going before. So weather seems a bit more settled now. Hasn't rained really since mid-morning. It's 2 o'clock now. So yeah, all going well. Maybe it won't rain, but stream's not too high. It's actually quite good at the moment, so the rain that has come hasn't really affected it, so we should be able to get down to the flats tomorrow easy enough, hopefully loaded with some venison. We've just come back up the valley. Climbed up the ridge to opposite a slip. This morning when we were coming down, there were a couple of stags roaring down here, one on this side, which we haven't heard again, but one across the other side of the slip, and we got him roaring quite well, but he wouldn't come out into the open. So we're hoping, we've been down to camp and set up tents and given him a couple of hours, and hopefully tonight him or his hinds will come out and feed on the slip. We might be able to roar him up. Just across there. Perfect spot. We know they're around, but they're not answering at all. Heading down the river. Keeps raining and then clearing and raining and clearing. I think the forecast is actually rain, so we're going to walk on out, give us an extra day to dry before we head away for Sika. They don't seem to be playing ball. Just stopped for a bite to eat on the way down river. The rain is getting steadier. Camp here, there's a fireplace with some more cans in it. And I wonder if it's the same fucking dick that built a fire in the middle of the camping spot up the headwaters. Certainly looks like there's been a bit of pressure in here over the weekend and there's nothing at all roaring on the flats. So yeah, with the forecast of more rain and it getting heavier now, we're going to keep going, walk out, dry up for a day and head away again. So it's probably 3 hours out from here. All good. Well, some of you might recognise the bridge, but we're in the Kaimanawas. It's pretty chilly actually, beautiful clear, and it's forecast clear. Dave and I are currently heading in towards the Cascade Hut area. Yeah, this is part 2 of 2019 Raw. Part 1, we're in the Tararuas, didn't shoot anything. They just weren't playing the game. So we'll spend 4 or 5 days up here before we head back down and chase some reds again. Car parks are full all the way along. It's a bit makes you a bit nervous actually, knowing that many people are around, but yeah, we'll stick to the track until we get over the hill and we'll decide where to go from there. Just done a bit of D-high cooked breakfast.
New bread.
Yeah, seemed to hydrate it enough. Bacon, eggs, potato and sausages. Oh, I made it into the hut last night. What did we hear? We heard 2 stags hee-hawing, and we got squealed at when we hit the bottom flats on the way in. Other than that, haven't heard much. So we're gonna hunt up around the terraces today, around the hut. There's a few scrapes we saw yesterday, and then yeah, we'll crash here again tonight and maybe look at fly camping up the river. Got pretty cold last night, had to light the fire in the hut, so we'll consider that fly camping thing. Depends on how the temperature goes, but looks like the subtlety's gone and it's a crisp clear day out there, so join us a bit later on. Old Cascade Hut, looking a little bit untidy on the inside now. That time they gave it a bit of a spruce up. They've just put a new fireplace in, which to be honest didn't throw as much heat as the old one did. Probably doesn't burn as much wood, but yeah. So now we're going to climb up the terraces behind the hut and hunt our way along there, see if we can come across anything squealing. Oh, that didn't take long. We just climbed up onto the terraces behind the hut and yeah, waited for our breaths to settle and gave a single call, and nothing answered, but we stalked along the edge with the wind in our favour here and started noticing a bit of fresh poo and Then we come across some tracks that were sort of coming along, just crossed over through a little gut back up here, and down through the trees in the next gut I spot this fella here. He was obviously walking away, he was watching us, he was standing back, head over his shoulders looking back. So yeah, managed to put a hole in him. Well, 20-30 yards at the most. It's got a fairly sizable hole on the other side. So yeah, on the board. Still no noises, haven't heard any squeals or roars or anything this morning. Nothing squealed after the shot, so maybe he was a lone animal. Only a little 6, I don't know if I'll carry the head out. But yeah, we'll bone him out.
I think you should carry the whole animal whole out.
No, there's a big hole in him. He'll get me dirty. So we'll we'll bone him out and yeah, might just hang him in the tree. Come back later on. It's quite cool down in here. So yeah, not a bad start.
No sign, well, no squeals, no roars. A few footprints, but very quiet. Apart from helicopters, lots of helicopters.
Oh, that was interesting. We just spent the morning hunting up the terraces, and apart from the one I shot, we had 2 others squeal at us. Looks like they picked up our scent crossing our track after we'd passed through, or as the wind came over the brow as we're coming down to the track here, one picked up our scent. So we've just dropped onto the track, going to head up the track further and off one of the side creeks. Just have a bite to eat first, but beautiful morning. It's actually warm compared to yesterday. Don't have that cold southerly breeze. So yes, not bad so far. I think Dave needs to update his snacks. I think this one's just a couple of days over its best before date. There you go, Dave. Yeah, steak, potato and veggies on the hoof this morning and the plate tonight. Not bad.
Beats G high. sneaking down the river flats and look over the river on that beautiful clearing over there, and first I saw a little yearling, and then this girl, and there was another one there as well, and I was waiting for the yearling to turn sideways a wee bit, so I went shooting her up the arse, and then mum here bloody walked right out in front of her, perfect broadside shot. Yeah, got her a wee bit far back, but she went down.
Yep.
That's the main thing.
If it's brown it's down, if it's red it's dead. Venison in the freezer.
Yep. Should be tasty.
Haven't heard any roars at all really. We heard one territory call since we've been in here. So it's fairly quiet for the rut, but
there's sign everywhere.
Sign everywhere, and we've been squealed at a lot, but we have animal each to carry out tomorrow, and we've still got well, in theory a day and a half's hunting to go. So we'll tidy this one up, take it back to the hut, put her in the meat safe, have a coffee and do a bit of housework around the hut, and go out for a hunt this afternoon.
Right.
Relaxing. What are we now? Monday afternoon, evening now. We're actually just going to go out for an evening walk along the flats or down river here. It's yeah, we're not supposed to go out till Wednesday, but now we've got a load each. We're going to head out tomorrow, take the big walk over the hill. So yes, not looking forward to that, but that's why we do it. So we'll just be greedy and see if we can go down and pick up another one and make the effort so much more harder. She's a bit nipply this morning. First real frost, and still quiet as. I'm going to make him try and stand up. You make sure you're just comfortable and you're ready and just stay on it. Put that hand under there. So you lock yourself into that fire. You just keep an eye on him. If you get a shot in the shoulder, take it. Load. Right, come back here while she's not watching. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Well, it's our last weekend of our rural holidays. It's a bit windy at the moment. Come up overnight. Yesterday was beautiful. We're back over the Wairarapa. We had a couple of opportunities yesterday. We missed. So we're back out up this morning before light and just glassing some of the old known spots, wallows and clear spots, working our way around the hill. You ready, Dave? Oi!
You got him. Yep. Yep, definitely. He went roll.
I don't think we had time. Oh, here's Dave. He sent him out to look for a pig, look for a deer. What's supposed to be the roar, and he nobbles a pig. Could have been the same one that grunted as this morning in the bush and took off, we don't know, but similar area.
Nice little wee boar, should be good eating.
Yeah, pork chops. So, quick gut job, it's just got dark, so and then we'll head back to the hut. All good.